Thank you for joining. This presentation by NextLabs, today we will be discussing digital rights management, the SkyDRM desktop solution, using the online and local mode on the SkyDRM desktop. The agenda will be a digital rights management introduction, architecture review, use case review, and then the SkyDRM desktop demo. So what is SkyDRM and why do you need it? SkyDRM is a digital rights management service that protects data or documents anywhere, anytime. This enables you to securely collaborate with coworkers and partners and suppliers inside and outside your enterprise. It's cloud native, web-based, mobile friendly, and requires no client software. Let's look at the solution's architecture. So in this particular short demonstration, we'll be using one component, in this case the SkyDRM desktop client, which I have circled in green, which interfaces with the SkyDRM server and the rights management services that it provides to help with securing the documents that are being shared. Key features of SkyDRM are the ability to persist data protection. It supports over 100 types of files. You can view content from any device. You can set up projects. It's dynamic authorization using attributes to decide who and what can see what information or limit information. And then there's native integration within leading cloud and enterprise applications. A typical desktop use case for local or offline mode will allow us to secure documents across the internet and locally on the user's desktop. So in this case, we have files that we want to share between users within a project using the SkyDRM desktop, as well as a browser-based access from the user, and allowing local or remote access, even in disconnected mode, from the internet. Next is the use case overview. So in this use case, we're going to have a file encryption and access. So the business problem is that they need the ability to update encrypted files even when disconnected from the internet access. So the solution is the SkyDRM desktop, file encryption and access based on the attributes, i.e. the user resource environment, and working in local mode. The demo will now follow. We will start off the demonstration by logging on to the desktop. In this case, we're in as Jim. Jim is logged on through SkyDRM through the browser. He's part of a SkyDRM project called Demo. The second user that will be using this scenario is John Tyler. So here we can see that Jim, looking in the demo project, can see recent files that have been added to the demo project itself. We'll now look at the SkyDRM desktop. In this case, we'll see that the researcher John Tyler is signed in, and he can also see all the files that are part of the demo project. But in this case, instead of through the browser, it's listed in the SkyDRM desktop client. We'll now switch back. In this case, Jim will open up a recent file. In this case, he's going to open up this sample doc that's been protected. As you can see, it's got a watermark, and in here it was edited by Jim. His initials indicate that it's been edited. At this point, that same file that shows up on John Tyler's desktop, he's now going to make that offline or put it in local mode. So that's if somebody is now disconnected from the internet. So he can look at that file, and again, you can see in this case that the last edit out there was from Jim. John will now go out, click on the icon to edit the file. In this case, it'll open it up in the native Word, and we can see that the file again is watermarked. And we'll see that there's a NextLabs tab that he can also look at the permissions. In this case, we'll see that he has view, edit, and watermark permissions to the file itself. John at this point will now go in and do an update to this Word document. So it's updated by him. He's now going to go in and now John has saved that file. But he's in local mode. So in this particular instance, if we go back in and look at the files through Jim, he'll do a refresh on his screen and take a look at that current file sample. When Jim opens up that file, we'll see that the file has been updated. And the reason being is that there's an automatic upload capability within the SkyDRM desktop. In this case, once it was updated by John, even though in local mode, it automatically did the upload. So what's going to happen now is John's going to go in and turn off the automatic upload capabilities for that file. So in this case, we have the files in local mode. You can see they're not connected to the cloud, showing the other two files listed. He'll go back into that Word document. Again, he's going to edit this file. In this case, he's going to add that he's done a second update to this by indicating that with a number 2 within the Word doc. He'll go back and again save the file. So he's now saved that Word document. He'll close it. You see the file locally, and now we're going to go back again to Jim. In this case, he's going to do a refresh like we did before. This time when Jim opens up the file, we'll see that there is no 2 added to the end of the update. So Jim is seeing what he thinks is the current copy, but it's not actually the version that is the current one that's been edited. So in this case, John has updated it, but has not let it be uploaded yet. So now he's going to turn on the upload capability. Now we'll go back again over to Jim, and now Jim can go in, again open that file after he refreshed his screen. And now this time we'll see the update's been added, so the number 2's been added. So now he's seeing the current copy of that file. So in this particular instance, you can have users that can edit files without having to automatically update them for other users in the project to see those particular files. Thank you for your time.